Dawson's Rambles.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here, coming at you with some more Kamen Rider Gotchard news, with another look at the belt. I know what you're thinking, Dawson, we've looked at the belt like 3 times, stop talking about it. But these are official press photos. No, but there's more to talk about. I mean, we do have our official press photos of the belt now. It's going up for pre-order at some places. You know, stuff like also we have the card holder set. You can buy the card holder separately or like as a bundle as per usual, and it comes with some extra cards and stuff like that. We also have, most notably, a commercial showing off the belt, how it works, which we've seen before, and you can pretty much guess how it worked from the pictures and stuff of, you know, putting the cards on both sides. It's kind of almost like a double driver, but with cards in a way. But we get to actually hear the sounds, and I will play a brief clip right now of the core sounds. So I'm going to assume and hope that's like the entire thing, because I really like the sounds for this. It has a very familiar sounding voice, kind of like the Geats voice, very much reminded me of the Forza Belt's voice. They probably have the same the same voice actor. I was like, what do you call those things? The same voice actor. But the voice very much so sounds familiar. But I really like it because my hope for this belt in terms of like sounds was like the voice wasn't an annoying shrieking crackhead and it wasn't too sing-songy. And it definitely doesn't seem like it's either of those things. So I'm hoping those are the complete sounds and there's not like surprise too sing-songy stuff. As mentioned before, that's just kind of not my thing, and it kind of annoys me. And I feel like more often than not, all of the sing-songy jingles bleed together and just sound like a really whiny voice. It's just so, this sounds really cool, and I actually might pick this up because I'm really stoked for Gotchard. I think the belt looks good, I'm liking the aesthetics, so I'll probably pick up the core belt. As far as like the gimmick obviously being cards, it's going to be treated kind of like a trading card game with other cards outside of the stuff that come with the belt and, you know, the holder, and presumably anything else they release like the weapon probably will come with a card. You know, outside of that, the cards will come in these trading card game packs. Now, I don't plan on collecting all of them. Like in terms of gate coverage, I will like get the belt probably and review it and review anything else I get, but I don't plan on collecting everything. And even though I've been known to collect cards in the past, I'm not going to go all in on it just because, you know, part of the reason I got out of Rider in terms of like merchandise reviewing and collecting is it just got kind of exhausting at keeping up with everything, and I just don't like the idea of having to track down boosters, you know, especially since like you're not guaranteed to get all the ones you need, so I'm not going to go all in on that. But I think that's pretty neat and unique in terms of like we've done cards before, but we haven't quite done it in this way in the more modern era with like the gimmicks and stuff. And as I've mentioned in previous videos, it makes me really curious how like the future of the line will go in regards to like, I'm going to assume obviously that any other additional riders will use like the cards and stuff like that, and then maybe have their own cards that will, you know, have cross compatibility with the belt. I'm curious though, like about how the power-ups will work in the future. Like, will it just be a card, like the super forms and the final forms or whatever? Will they all just be cards or sets of 2 cards, kind of like the form we see in this, which I'll talk about in a second? Or will it be like little devices that attach to it, where like it's a little device that has its own mini reader that maybe reads like the 4 or 5 cards associated with the power-up, or like a mini device you attach to it that doesn't even have a reader at all, and it's just like one of those things where you put the card in and it makes the same sound and you could put any card in. I'm just really curious because something I like about this is its simplicity and that it doesn't look so ugly, and even though there's some creative stuff out of other belts and stuff, you do get kind of these annoying things where it just keeps adding on more and becomes kind of fugly and cumbersome. So I am kind of curious how they'll handle that, since even though they're going to have the cards as a selling point, I can't imagine them fully giving up on the idea of gimmick devices. Speaking of, there is also a gimmick device coming out that comes with a Geats faceplate with a unique card, which obviously can be used with the Gotchard stuff, but the faceplate can be used on the Desire driver, and then it's kind of really neat. I like the way it blends it, where you put the card, like you slot it into the faceplate and then you put it on the driver. I think that's actually pretty cool the way that works. The only other thing that was in this in regards to new news was our first official look at one of his other forms. We see it from the toy commercial, which looks really cool. It kind of looks like a Gotchard red Gaim, but I really like it, and it shows that this rider is going to be one of those riders whose alternate forms look like they could almost be entirely different riders, so I'm eager to see more of the suit designs. Honestly, I'm pretty excited for Gotchard for the most part, since I've been more back into Rider, and it's my first, you know, Rider series starting new after getting back into Rider. But at the same time, I find it funny, like right when I kind of got more back in a groove with Toku, with King Oger and Gotchard, they're both supposedly doing stuff that I hate, which is like bringing in Decade and Kyoryuger stuff. Like, I don't hate the idea of like the Kyoryuger anniversary celebrating on the side, but like I don't like that they're bringing in these other characters for the shows. I think that's kind of funny. But what do you guys think of the Gotchard belt and the sounds? Let me know in the comments as always. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you can get notifications for my videos. Dawson Rider, signing out.